What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Hustle with JesseW, and today we're going to go over how to set stop losses on your E-Trade Pro platform. Try to say that 4 times fast. Check it out. Alright guys, so today you're seeing a little bit extra of my screen, a little bit higher up on the screen. Remember, I trade off of one entire 43-inch LG monitor, and then to the left, I have another 43-inch LG monitor, which I use 1/4 for some more scanners, and another quarter for news and like all sorts of stuff, miscellaneous, surfing the web, being able to log into my E-Trade in case my actual software dumps on me for some reason. So you don't get to see my entire screens because the screen capture, well, it's just not big enough. And besides, all you need to see is level 2, time and sales, and the chart I'm trading. That's all. So right now you can see, you don't see, let me see here. How do we do this? Here's my mouse. You don't see the volume anymore, unfortunately here, because, well, I had to move the screen share up some. So now you get to see some of what remains on my E-Trade Pro platform here, which is obviously my 2 level 2s, my watch list. This is where you usually see my orders that are executed, where you see my position, symbol, quantity, cost basis, etc. And then up here, now you can see a couple more order entry boxes that I use, okay? Because oftentimes you'll see that I'll be getting out of a trade and you won't see me click anything, and that's because I generally put my limit orders on the ask with this box up here, and I set my stop on this box up here. Okay, obviously over here you see my orders, which are today's trades, NETE, in at 482, out 507, and 489 was like a stop that I had there, a hard stop. And that's about it, guys. So you could do options here, etc. What I do for my hard stops, we're going to go over right here. So typically, I'll get in here generally on a limit order. Sometimes I market order in, and then I will instantly have a stop on quote order here ready to rock and roll. Okay, now let's start from scratch. So we're going to go here. We're going to go order entry. I believe it's that one. Yep, here we go. So here we'll have a brand new order entry form box. I usually make them smaller because whatever, I like everything to be neat. You would type in your ticker, and then let's just come back over here to NET, and then here you have limit order. Can you see all that? Yeah. Market order, market on close, stop on quote, stop limit on quote, hidden stop, trading stop by percentage, and by the dollar amount. Now what I do is I do not use stop limit on quote, okay? The reason I'm making this video is to show you how to get it done on your E-Trade Pro platform, and also to go over which stop order I use, because I've been getting asked that a lot lately in the comment sections of some of my videos, via my social media. If you DM me on Twitter or Instagram, description section below has the links to those social media accounts. I will happily answer. I like talking with all you guys. And also obviously in the comment section below, that's usually my favorite, because then it's kind of like a forum, other people chime in and it's pretty cool. However, I've been asked this multiple times via Instagram and in the comment section below on the YouTube videos, what type of stop order do I use? Now, I do not use stop limit on quote. Why? Well, I like to trade low float type stocks, right? So I like to trade stocks generally 10 million and under in their float, preferably 1 million, 2 million, 3 million, or in the hundreds of thousands. Because these floats are small on these stocks, they can whiplash around a lot. And a perfect example is right here, NETE, right? NETE just went from earlier from 562 all the way down to 493 and got halted. That's a pretty big move, right? So if you're in here, right, at let's say 525, and you've already taken some profit up here, and all of a sudden you want to set a stop down here at 525, but you don't set a hard stop, and you just leave it as a mental stop, and you look away, and this thing flash crashes, well then, that's pretty nasty. you're already in this halt now, and it's going to gap down lower. Because generally when they halt on the way down, they gap down lower. But if you set a hard stop here at 525, and you set a limit hard stop, so a limit, what is a stop limit on quote, and you put it at 525, the chances of you getting filled at 525 here on this drop is slim to none. Slim to none, because look at that range, right? Look at that drop. It's pretty nasty. So I like to use stop on quote. So I click stop on quote, I put in my stop, and I click sell, and it goes into my order box here, and it'll say live, okay? And that's it. My order's in there. Now, what happens when it hits, in this case, 525? Well, it'll turn into a market order. So it's going to get me out. When I set out a stop loss, be it mental or be it a hard stop, if it's a mental stop, I just go like this, and I put this at market, and I will market order out. I will put stop on quote because it turns into a market order. Once that 525 in this case got triggered, I would market order out. I'd probably get filled at 520, 518, 519, something like that, I would imagine, because there's going to be slippage on such a nasty candle. But why do I use a market order? Well, because I want out. The stop is there to save me from further downside, right? That's my stop. That's my line in the sand. I am no longer interested in this stock below that price. Therefore, I am wrong. If it hits it, I am wrong on my play. Or the stock is dumping and I need to stop out of the last half I have. Or if I'm freshly into it, which is generally the case, I'm freshly into it and I instantly put my hard stop out and it hits it, well, I'm wrong on the play. I want out. And I want out now. I don't want to put a limit order and then risk it being skipped because of the spread on the stock, right? I don't want to be skipped because I have a limit. No, I want out. So if it hits that, I want to mark it out because I'm wrong. I need to take that loss anyways. I don't care where it gets me out. I just want out of it. And that's all. It's very simple. That's exactly how I set my stops on the E-Trade Pro platform here. So you have your limit, market on close, stop on quote, stop limit order. Those are your two. Well, you have three. You have hidden stop available as well. I think the hidden stop turns into a limit on quote type stop. I think. I am not 100% sure. I remember using it a while back, like months ago, and I don't remember how it triggered. I'm sorry. And I really don't use that. Maybe some research can be done on it, and maybe I could do a follow-up video on it. But I stick to stop on quote. Hits my stop, market orders me out, and I'm out of the play. And I'm done. Then I can relook and see if it resets itself, look for another stock, call it a day, whatever the case is, whatever it calls for on that specific day, I can look into that, but I'm officially out of that stock on a market order because I want out of it. That's it. So I'm in, I click buy, I'm in my trade, I click, I usually already have stop on quote. See, when I enter a trade, I generally enter it on the limit, and I already have this stop loss pre-typed out. So as soon as it's in, boom, I come here and I click sell, stop on quote, it's already there with the price that I have my stop set at, and I click sell, and then I just sit back and I watch it do its thing. And I adjust accordingly if needed, right? As the stock starts to go up, my stop generally starts to go up, and I explain this in all my recap videos. It comes to a point where I don't any longer use that hard stop, right? As that stock is moving on up, I just cancel my hard stop and I start to put out my take profits, okay? And as it continues to progress and consolidate, the hard stop starts to turn into a mental stop. Now, once I'm down to my last 100 shares, let's say, or my last 200 or 300 shares, whatever it is, and then I'm holding that for the huge extension move, if it gives it to me, then generally I put my hard stop back out there. Why? Because it's going to take some time. Now the stock is going to consolidate. It's going to move sideways. It's going to do all sorts of things. So I'm going to put my hard stop out there, and I'm going to sit back again and watch it do its thing. And that's it. That's how I trade. That's how I enter and set my hard stops. Let me know if you have any other questions you want me to go over on E-Trade Pro. I will gladly do that for you and put out the video. Drop it in the description. In the comment section below, and I'll be happy to do those videos for you. Remember to hit the subscribe button, smash that like button for me, and I'll catch you on the next one.